Now, what's good, YouTube? It's JJ. I cut back with another video. In this video, I'm gonna be explaining to you why you still broke and you've been working hard. You've been working so hard and you still broke. You're confused. All right, I'm about to tell you why. You probably believe that working hard is the root to your problem. You probably believe that working hard is going to get you money. No, working hard, yes, it can get you money, but you believe that's the only way to get money. You believe that's the number one way you could get money. I don't believe this. I don't even believe that working hard is the best way to get money. I believe something totally different, okay? Now, like, everything that you were brought up on, from the programming, from how you was taught about money and how you see money, it's gonna affect how you react to money. All right, so this is how you react to money. You got to change the way that you react to money. You got to change the way that you treat money. You got to change everything. All right, and this is not even about money. You got to change the way that you really look at life. All right, you got to change the way that you look at. You got to take a whole 360. So I'm about to take y'all on a whole 360. All right. What's good, YouTube? It's JJ UNKUT. On this video, I'm going to be telling you why you still broke and you still been working hard. You've been working hard as ever. You've been putting in the most work ever at that job. You've been putting in the most work ever into your business pop. You've been putting in the most work into whatever, and you still broke. You still poor, and it's like nothing is working out for you because you believe that working hard for money is the only way to get money, probably. Okay, now this is not even true, because whatever that you believe about money or believe about anything, that's going to be your reality. Okay, now, like I said, it's three different types of people in this world. You got high class, middle class, and low class. Okay, now if you're a low class person, you probably just used to getting money. You probably used to getting your paycheck, paying your bills. Okay, now you rewarding yourself with the last of your check. You're not gonna make that investment. You're not gonna make nothing move for real, because you believe that you can't. All right, you believe that you can't. You believe that you got this check in order to pay bills and reward yourself. Okay, mid class people, they tend to get their credit up. They got money, but they buy stuff that they can't afford, and they just want to get their credit up. That's where their money going to. All right. Now the high class people, this is what the high class people doing. This is the rich people doing. They can have all the money in the world. They can have all the money in the world, but you're not gonna know they have money till they got a certain amount of money, and they're making a certain amount of money where they could just keep making money. All right. They made so much money and they put their money into so much money that they're going to keep making money. They put their money into so much different things that they are going to keep making money no matter what. All right, so there's different outlooks on money. Ask yourself, how was you brought up on money? All right, was you brought up on money from a low class point, mid class point, or was you brought up from money from an even worse point? Because people was brought up on money from even a worse point. All right, now, like I said in these videos, I'm here to tell y'all, for y'all can open up your eyes and for y'all can wake up. So you can't say nobody never told you this. All right. Now, if you currently watching this and you broke right now, you want to hate being broke. If you currently watching this and you're in poverty right now, you want to hate being in poverty. If you watching this right now, you from the hood and you don't like where you at, you don't want to hate being from the hood. You want to hate being in the hood. All right? You want to hate your situation the most as possible so you can bring out that dark side of you, so you literally use all that anger for something good. Okay? Now, this is what I did. I hated being in the hood so bad. I hated seeing my friends struggle. I hated seeing homeless people. I hated seeing my friends' water get cut off. I hated seeing the lights get cut off. I hated that shit, bro. I hated some nights I had to sleep on the floor in my apartment because I ain't have it all. You feel me? I hated it, bro. You feel me? But thankfully, it's furniture now. You feel me? As y'all can see in the background. But it wasn't always like this because I hated poverty. I hated it. You feel me? I hated struggling. I hated being broke. All right? So if you don't hate being broke, if you don't hate this shit, your full potential is never gonna come because you never unlock your dark side. A lot of people cool with being broke. All right, a lot of people hate different things. All right, some people hate not being seen. Some people hate being seen. All right, some people hate different things. You want to put all your hate to being broke. If you really don't want to be broke, you want to act like it's just a disease. You just want to hate it, bro. You just want to hate it with your full heart. All right, now. This is where the good part come in, bro. Now you probably like, damn, JJ, why I gotta hate this? Because you don't want to accidentally love poverty. Because it's like when you love poverty, you don't even know you love it. Because I was a person who loved poverty at one point too. When I was in the hood all the time, chilling with my mans, we just smoking all day, towing guns, you feel me? Wasn't needed. Listen to this all kill music. It wasn't needed, all right? I thought it was needed because this is how I was brought up. This is how I was programmed, all right? We was all programmed in a way, all right? Inheritance, all right? Whatever life you was inherited to, wherever you was born. I was born in Detroit, Michigan, all right? So you guessed it. Yeah, hell yeah, he from the hood. So that's one thing I actually didn't like, though. I didn't like how people just, I used to tell people that's one thing. Shout out to Discord, bro. Discord did like open up my mind to talk to different people. And yeah, so I just always tell people, yeah, bro, I'm from Detroit. And they just throw me in like, I don't like being guessed, all right? And they, oh, you a hood nigga, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I didn't like people just assuming that I'm just some retard or just throwing me in some category. You gotta hate all things that align with poverty. You gotta hate the sub brands of poverty, because poverty have sub brands, and I'm gonna touch on them too. A sub brand of poverty could be attaching on to old people that you know you gotta move on to. A sub brand of poverty could be addicted to drugs. A sub brand, it's so many sub brands to poverty. All right. A sub brand of poverty literally could be fear. You know that you can go farther in life. You know that you meant for so much, but you just stuck at your job that you're unaligned with, and you hate it, but you don't hate it enough to quit it. You don't hate it enough to go hard and produce what you want to produce and create what you want to create. You don't hate it that much, all right? That's why I say you want to hate poverty. You want to hate being broke as much as possible, all right? Like you trying to cure it every day, like it's a disease you trying to cure every day. Every day you on YouTube, looking it up. You feel me? Every day you on YouTube looking up the sub brands on how to attack these sub brands, all right? You addicted to something that's keeping you poor. You looking it up every day. You trying to find out how to stop it, because literally we in a digital place right now, bro. And if you don't get what I'm saying, bro, we in the digital year. So it's 2025. It's literally millionaires teaching other people how to get rich to make more money, all right? It's millionaires dropping the way they think for more money to connect with more millionaires. And a lot of people, they're not even in that world because they looking at things like gossip pages. They're looking at the wrong things. You're still in poverty. You don't hate poverty that much, all right? Now, if you're not learning from people on the internet and you just using the internet just as entertainment, clap it up. You a dumbass. Now, if you use the internet to inform yourself, use the internet to connect with people and to make good connections, not just meet random people, just meet no good people. You actually need people that you need to meet, and you actually instead of using YouTube for entertainment all day and brain rotting yourself, you're actually on YouTube watching people who actually practice what they're preaching. Because don't you know, a mind of a millionaire, it's never enough money out here. So when they be on YouTube, bro, and when they be on giving y'all these videos, and when I be giving y'all these videos, listen, bro, listen, because yes, I'm not gonna say I'm doing it for money, but yes, I do get paid off these videos. I get paid a cool amount off these videos. I do it because I love it, but I also do. I ain't gonna say I do it for. I don't even want to say I do it for money, but yes, I get paid from it. All right, so I'm going to keep doing it, also because I love it. But a lot of people just ignore that and they mix it in with entertainment. They mix it in. Oh, instead of watching this video, JJ teaching me how to become a millionaire, I'm gonna watch this dumbass video of this bitch, or I'm gonna watch this retarded video of this distraction. You gotta realign your brain, all right? Now, it's a reason why you think like this, because you're programmed, all right? Now, like I said, you probably don't hate being broke like that. You probably don't. You probably love being broke without knowing you love being broke, okay? All right. Let's get into it. So, what's keeping you broke? What's keeping you poor? And not just physically, mentally? Your soul is programming, okay? Most likely programming, inheritance, all right? Now, people just think inheritance is just you getting inherited into a rich family. No, you could be inherited into a poor family and a family full of trauma, okay? Now, let's get into it. Trauma bonding with struggle. This is what I mean. A lot of people love struggle. They trauma bond with struggle without even knowing they're trauma bonded with struggle. You probably don't think that you love being broke, but all you listen to is hood music talking about killing people all day. You probably don't think that you love the struggle. You probably don't think that you love the struggle, but you always cracking jokes on how you broke. You putting spells on yourself. You say that you don't love the struggle, but you still hang around your cousin who known for popping people, who just deep in that hood mindset. And you just feel like you got to be there to save them. You feel like that's your job. You feel like it's your job to save the hood. No. All right? That's how a lot of people love the struggle without knowing they love the struggle. Trauma bonding with struggle. You feel me? All right. Now, loyalty to the past version of you, okay? Now, just because, like I said, you could have a cousin, you could have a friend. I'm literally talking about me. I'm literally talking about me. So, I had friends, cousins, family. I know I had to leave in the past. And a lot of people, they don't make that change. A lot of people, they're not cutthroat enough to make that change. All right? Even if the change is you leaving a job in the past, you leaving that job in the past for so you can unlock your root chakra, because you know that job is the reason that you live in a survival mode. But a lot of people, they love the struggle. So they love the struggle without knowing that they love the struggle, because you're programmed to it. You're programmed to it. You feel me? This is what you was brought up on it. You feel me? That's why I asked you in the beginning of the video, how was you brought up on money? Was you brought up on money seeing people die? Did you see people die over money? Was you watch a movie seeing people die over money? Or did you see money in a good way? All right? And I'm asking you. Comment in the comment section though, because I am curious. All right, now victim mindset. Now the victim mindset stems from being selfish, okay? Selfishness. And that's not the only way, but that's majority. And another way, I'm going to touch on another way how the victim mindset could be the reason why you're in poverty, because you don't actually think that you deserve anything. You actually don't think you deserve anything, because same way that you put things on yourself, you probably, this is one thing that a lot of people say, like, oh yeah, Jews, man, they just rich, or Jews, they just assume that everybody got, you feel me, somebody want money, they're a Jew, okay? Now, they believe that they got money for a reason. And the reason is because they believe that they have money. Now let me re-say that. They believe that they have money for a reason, because they believe that they have money. It's that simple. It's that simple. And you probably like, what's more? What's the extra to it? There's no extra. When you believe that you deserve money, when you believe that there should be money in your life and you're broke, I always believe, like, I should have money. I always believe that I'm supposed to be rich. Something is wrong. I'm supposed to be rich. So you believe that you don't even deserve money, you won't have money. Victim mindset at its finest. All right. So we go into selfishness, and how do selfishness keep you in poverty too? If you're a selfish person, I already know you broke. You don't really even gotta. You probably like, dang. You make videos about selfishness. All right, now it's a way that you're supposed to be selfish. Now, somebody calling me, asking me for money directly, no, boy, the fuck. But although, am I going to be selfish on giving out information? No. Every time I get on YouTube, I'm gonna go hard as I can. Don't let people use you. Be selfish. Put on your guard, but don't be selfish to the universe, basically. All right. So one way that you could be selfish, and this could lead to trauma. And yes, being selfish could lead to trauma and poverty, is because that one, you're always thinking about solving your own problems. Read this. You never think about solving people's problems, only your own. Wealth is not money, it's connection. Okay. Now, wealth is not money, it's connection. You won't actually get rich or trying to get rich. Because if you did, why you didn't get rich yet? All right, you probably don't actually connect with nobody. Now, a way to get rich is the way that all wealthy people are wealthy, is because they sell something that could help people. They had to dig deep to see what helped people. All right, y'all literally watching this video because I help y'all. Rather am I helping y'all with y'all problems, financial problems, confidence, y'all getting helped. All right. And I'm not only helping y'all, I'm helping me. When I first started this channel, I made this channel to help me, to with my confidence, to remember what I say, to stick to my words more. That's why I started this channel. But it helped y'all too. So it's not only helping y'all, it's helping me because it helped y'all. And since it's helping y'all, it's also helping me. So just spread love to the universe. And you will become wealthy. Not only wealthy within this world, spiritually too. All right. Academic elitism. You probably think that you need a title to teach. You probably think that you need a title to do certain things, which is not true. Nah, way. A reason why you probably feel like this is because you're in a victim mindset. You probably had dreams and aspirations growing up, and you probably said something about them. And you know, public school. You probably went to public school in the hood. You probably went to school in poverty, and you already know poverty it's programming. So they like just like they parents for real. You feel me? And their parents don't do nothing but bring them down. So they gonna bring your ass down. And as soon as you got to talking about your goals and aspirations, they brought you down, and now you're in the victim mindset, and you feel like you need to have a certificate to actually do something, or you feel like you need a title to do anything. You don't need no title to do anything. Now, I'm not saying if you want to be a lawyer, don't go to college if you don't like. Of course, within that lines. But if you want to do YouTube, or if you want to do not even YouTube, if you want to speak your mind, you don't even have to be YouTube. You want to speak your mind anywhere in a studio mic. You want to sing. You don't need to be classified as a singer, okay? Now I do so many different things. I'm a gamer, Twitch streamer. I stream on YouTube sometimes. What else I do? I make music. I used to make beats, but I lost the love for that. I ain't gonna lie. I do these videos now. Along with these videos, I do spiritual videos. I do everything. I would never put nothing on me. And people always ask me, like, how do I get the confidence to just go from 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5? Is because I'm not in the victim mindset. Okay, so get out the victim mindset and reach your full potential. All right. Now, another way that you're trauma bonding with struggle is that you're tolerating people who drain you. Rather it's a girl, a friend, your mom, your dad, your brother, a cousin, anybody. All right. Don't look at them as a title. Look at them as energy. All right. You just want to. That's how a good way that I started taking people out of my life that need to be taken out. I don't look at people as really like a name no more. I just look at you as energy, because as soon as I die, that shit gonna go. The title gonna go away anyways. All right. It's all about the energy. Okay. So you want to stop tolerating people who drain you. You want to stop tolerating people, like I said, who keep you in that victim mindset. You feel me? That's why I put them all together. Okay. Now, subconscious loyalty to broken environments. Parts of you will want to fit in with people who struggling just so you can feel belong. Basically, it's like when you want to fit in the trends, you want to fit into all of these things that's going on at your hometown, poverty. You feel me? Your hometown don't even got to be poverty, but still, you just want to fit into these things that a lower frequency. You want to fit into a lower frequency that you know that you really shouldn't be in. It's because that you're trauma bonding with struggle, and not sometimes you don't know that you're not supposed to be within these frequencies because you're used to them and you're programmed to them. You think that this is right. You think that this is normal. Okay, let's say that it's not normal, because it is normal, but for you in your reality. That's why I got a video that says this is your reality. Control it. Okay, control your reality. Don't let your reality control you, or AKA program you, or don't let your trauma program you. Don't stick to your trauma. All right, you got to break free from your trauma. Okay. Now, I got a quote here from my book that I'm working on. Woe to the one who clings to pain as if it were purpose. Okay. Now, what I mean by this is basically you do not want to cling to pain as it's your purpose. Okay. So even if it's something it's somebody that you need to cut off, and it's your mama, bro. I know it's fucked up. It's gonna sound crazy. Bro, one thing you want to do, you want to get rid of them titles, because that's even programming, bro. That's even programming. You want to look at everybody as energy. Now, God forbid I never had to, or thank God I never had to cut off my mama. You feel me? Hopefully, no time soon my mama don't get to acting weird. But I will cut off anybody if your frequency is messing me up, bro, and it's messing me up to that point where you got to get cut off, and I can't even keep distance from you. You just got to totally get cut off. Then you got to get cut off. I don't care who you are. Dead ass. I don't care who you are. All right. So you don't want to look at things as a title. You want to look at it as energy. All right. Don't cling on to pain as if it were a purpose, okay? You can cling on to pain in any way. You feel me? Whatever energy. If it's the drug abuse energy, if it's energy that you can't stop listening to music that's constantly talking about killing people every 3 seconds, it could be any energy, all right? Second thing that's keeping you in poverty, that's connected to trauma, because like I said, trauma has sub brands, like, you know, like a brand have a sub brand, trauma can have a sub brand. It's worldly setups which are given to you, okay? Now I listed them all out, and I'm gonna touch on all of them. Porn, all right? Now this attack your sacred chakra, okay? Now you probably be like, what is your sacred chakra? I'm gonna put it right here on the screen so you can do some research on it, or you can just watch one of my other videos where I talk about money is spiritual. Let me edit this in here right now. I be forgetting to edit stuff in the video, so let me edit it in it. Let me edit it right now. All right, now, so let's get it, man. We on the second one. We on the second sub brand of trauma, and the second sub brand of trauma that I got here is worldly setups. And y'all already know how I feel about these worldly setups. I say that these worldly setups are an attack on our chakras, attack on our 7 chakras, okay? Now, these 7 chakras, I feel like the elites study them to attack them, so the average person wouldn't have godlike energy, because if they wasn't under attack and if they was given things that would align with our chakras, nobody would want to work no damn job for real. Nobody would be feeling down to even nobody. There would be no downs for there could be a good for them, basically. So I feel like everything that was given to us, like porn, fast fashion, fast food, gossip pages, drug abuse, was all given to us for this exact reason, okay? And not only given to us, pushed on to us. All right, so let's start on the first one, porn. Now, like I said, the first one, porn, it really take down your sacred chakra, all right? And your sacred chakra, if your sacred chakra is misaligned, your sacred chakra is not aligned, you won't really have no creative thoughts. You won't even really want to get on camera. That's why when you get done being your shit, you get done masturbating, you hop on camera, or you try to do something, you just feel disgusting, because you're literally taking out your creativity energy. This is connected to your creativity in you, all right? It's connected to the part of you that's want to create and not just babies, okay? So you don't really want to get addicted to these setups, and even with fast fashion, you don't want to let this be a traumatic response, because fast fashion in today's age, it could be a traumatic response, because it's like, all right, you already know how people in the hood was brought up, and if you're not from the hood, let me tell you how I go in this motherfucker. All right, so if I was still in my block chilling with this on, and I was walking around with this, a traumatic response would be I have to carry a gun, and this traumatic response comes from me seeing some of my friends die over this type of stuff. Me seeing cousins, just me seeing the news, just always weird stuff, crazy stuff happening, sinful stuff happening because of fast fashion, okay? Now I put fast fashion because people just want it, boom, just like that. You just want it just like that. You don't want to build to get it. You don't want to create no personality behind it. You just want to boom, get it like that. And that's never nothing good. Fast food, from the food that we even eat, bro, that's, like I said, you always eating BS, you gonna feel like BS. Nah, a lot of people in the hood, a lot of people that's in poverty, a lot of people who is broke, they can't really afford anything but junk food, and this will keep them at a frequency that's very low. And like I said, it's all programming. It's starting to make sense now, right? All right, so gossip pages, you already know gossip pages, Shade Room, these other pages. It don't even gotta be Shade Room. It could be the whole app of Instagram, the whole app of Facebook, the whole app of Twitter, the whole app of YouTube. How are you using your pages? How are you using these dimensions? Because like I said, me personally, I take every app as a dimension, even YouTube, because whatever frequency you on, that's who you gonna connect with. Now you on this video for a reason, all right? Everybody not gonna see this video. This video ain't gonna touch everybody in the universe, of course, all right? You seeing this video because this is what you attracted, all right? You literally attracted this video onto yourself, all right? So you seeing this video for a reason. You don't want to attract no crazy bad energy on yourself through different social media platforms. You might got a good YouTube feed, but is your Instagram feed good? Is you still seeing your friends from middle school, your friends from high school who's still on the same stuff, BS, who's keeping you in that victim mindset? All right. I should have connected these together. To be real, I should have connected these together. But on to the next one. Drug abuse really don't got to be explained. We already know how this keep you down. All right. Now 9 to 5 codependency. All right. Now a lot of people root chakra, which is your first chakra, is locked. You think that you need a job. This is what's keeping you programmed. They're literally the job. It's keeping you in survival mode, okay? Now, like I said, I don't take things as title. I literally take it as energy. That's why I try to break it down from the chakras, okay? And if you ever feel like you can't build something yourself, we're going to take it back to this. You feel like you can't build nothing. You feel like you always selfish. It feel like you always, it feel like you need to be selfish. It feel like you can't share with nobody. It's because it's probably the job that got you in survival mode or whatever that got you in survival mode, bro. Get out of it. But 9 times out of 10, a lot of people, it do be the jobs, bro, because it's like, what is you going to do without your job? You lose your job, then how you going to pay your bills? How you going to do this? How you going to do that? How you going to do this? How you going to do that? You feel me? All these thoughts coming to you, all these worldly problems coming to you. But like I said, it was all programming from the jump, okay? So don't let that happen to you, bro. Don't let that happen to you. And if you want to, I'm going to make a video on how to unlock your root chakra very soon, because that's like I feel like that's one of the chakras the first chakras that you really need to attack and unlock to get freedom, because it's survival, bro. And you got to disobey something, whether it's the job, whatever that's keeping you in that program, all right? Now, college dip with no calling, okay? Now, college dip with no calling is basically explaining what it is. If you in college right now to make somebody proud, like your mom, your dad, and you really don't even want to go to college, or you don't even really know why you in college, you don't know the real reason why you in college, you just went to college just to go to college. You don't want to be nothing that actually requires a college degree. You just went to college just to brush off time, just to welcome to the program, okay? Welcome to the program, and they got you too, all right? Now, public school programming is something that we really can't avoid. And I was trying to do research on this before I made this video. Like, dang, it's like this something that's unavoidable, bro. It's like you can't avoid this, bro. It's like everybody experienced this, bro. And it's like this alone could create all of this, bro. All right? And it's messed up, because this how deep. I really should have made this its own category, bro. But basically, like I said, public school programming could connect to the victim mindset. It could lead to selfishness, because this is really what it was with me. Like I said, you go to school, even like if you got cool parents, you got parents who like you from the hood. Like I said, I went to a hood school, but like my parents, I was taught well, bro. Now, was I taught all this shit from a spiritual aspect? No, but I was taught like the simple, like, don't bring nobody down. Like I wasn't in school like really bringing nobody down. Like I was cool, bro. But it's like every time I tried to, like, what I wanted to do back then when I was in school, I could remember like my younger years in school, like something I want to do is make beats. All right, I want to make beats. Then people always just used to tell me like, oh yeah, bro, you can't make beats. People just tell me my beats trash. Never even heard bro. It'll just be, don't you know how it'll just be an annoying ass girl in your class and she don't even know you, and she don't know nothing about you but your name. Then the teacher tell you, oh, what you want to do? I used to tell, I want to make beats. Then the bitch just, oh yeah, you can't do this, you can't do that, you retarded. What do? So this always could lead to selfishness, and you in a victim mindset. You think everybody act like this because public school programming, bro. Because like I said, literally how people act in school is literally nothing but what they was programmed from home. Like, you feel me? What they watching on TV, what they seeing their parents do, what they seeing their brothers do, what they seeing their cousins do, what they seeing their big sisters do. You feel me? It's all programming. You feel me? So it's really like the earliest program that we get as humans is like public, and not even just public school, but you feel me? Public school is, because you know, private school, you go to private school, it's like you got a better chance, all right? But public school, come on, man. You feel me? They need to get that right, bro. They need to get that right. But it's cool because we in UNKUT school right now. You feel me? I'm gonna teach y'all way more shit that you ever learned to school on this channel. But obsession with death and disrespect. All right, now this is something huge in poverty and huge in the poverty community. Okay, now this is basically rap music that's just spam talking about death, killing people, and you ain't listening to no music about getting money. You ain't listening to no music about having fun with females. You're not listening to no music about nothing else but just death, killing people. All right, you want to stop. You want to stop that ASAP. All right, because what you're programming your mind to is right back to the victim mindset. All right, and somebody play with you, the first thing that you're gonna think of is what would your favorite rapper do, or what would you thinking about that lyric? You run down, hawk him down, run down, hit his head. That what you just heard in the lyrics. So that's what you're gonna think to do. You feel me? Even if you don't actually do that, or programming yourself to believe that. All right, so just calm down on that type of music, bro. Switch up your music, put some better affirmations on yourself with the music. All right. Now, obsession with death and disrespect, it could go a long way. Like, you think that you not obsessed with it because you know, like, oh, I listen to music and I know, like, my levels to it. But it's like, all right, well, it's like when you listen to this music for so long, it's like, all right, cool. Let's say God forbid, one day you do experience a traumatic death. You experience a traumatic death, one of your friends die. You've been listening to this obsession with death music since you've been 10, 11, 12. Then you just automatically assume when you lose a friend, you've been listening to the music and the music telling you lose somebody, go kill. You lose somebody, go get that get back. You lose somebody, go do this. You lose somebody, go do that. And you think that's right, but it's only right in your reality. It's only right in your programming, all right? So a lot of things that we was introduced to, it's all programming. It all lead to trauma. Damn. A lot of the things basically we was programmed to listen to, the things that we was programmed to see in whatever reality you're in, rather if you're in the hood, rather if you're in poverty, it's all programming in some type of way. And I'm just trying to get y'all to see through that. I'm trying to get y'all to see outside of that programming, basically. And program your damn self. Don't let trauma program you. Don't let trauma program you at all. Because that's what's keeping you broke. That's what's keeping you in poverty. All right. Now, y'all thought I was going to tell y'all some simple thing. Oh, yeah, if you want to get out of poverty, you got to do this. And you got to believe that you're rich already. You got to believe that you're a millionaire already. You thought I was going to tell you the simple stuff. You thought I was going to tell you to work harder. You thought I was going to tell you to make a business and quit your job. No. All right. I got a whole board for you. And low energy food, low energy mind. Already touched on this, but low energy food can keep you at a low state, bro. And a lot of people who can't afford good food, they buy junk food, and they buy not good food, healthy food, the correct healthy food. They buy junk food because they can't afford the correct food. All right, and they so you've been eating junk food your whole life probably, and I'm talking about me too. I brought up on junk food. I wasn't brought up on the like I said, like I had it, but I ain't had everything. Like, you feel me? I had the food, but I didn't have the best food. Okay, so it's like niggas brought up on junk food. Your parents eating this junk food. You think that this is the best option, and you don't never wonder, or you don't ever guess why your energy is so low. It's because the food. You feel me? And it's like a trap because, like I said, it all go back to programming, and it goes back to inheritance, what you was brought up by. You feel me? So basically, this is why we gonna take it to the inner child, or we just gonna not only inner child, but the child when you was a child, all right? And even when you get older, the inner child is still in you. The inner child never leaves you, all right? So, because to be honest, we all just some grown ass children, bro. To be real, bro. But money create conflicts, all right? Now, that's why I asked you in the beginning of the video, what is your relationship with money? Did you used to see people arguing over money? Did your girl cheat on you for a nigga with more money? Yes, that happened to me before. So it's like, it could be a lot of things going on with how you look at money. And like I said, I lost one of my friends over money. It get deep, bro. So it's like, how do you really look at money? And you probably saw fights over rent, bills, child support. Luckily, I never had to deal with the last part or none of these three. You feel me? It was never that steep. But I got friends who did, and I was around that, so I kind of know how I feel. But I don't, not firsthand. But now you avoid money talks or fear having too much. All right? Now, you can fear of having too much money because I literally used to do this. Like, I remember when I first got my hands on money, I used to fear, not fear, but it just used to feel weird. I used to have a weird feeling of having money. I just used to, a traumatic response basically. All right. And the traumatic response wasn't really fear. I don't know what it was, but when I first got my business check of around 10K, what I bought hella guns. All right. I already had, and not to be on here just telling my business, but I already had a firearm and I didn't need to go buy 3 more. All right. I bought 3 more. And I did that because I just always, like I said, I saw my best friend literally die over money. So it's like, now I got it made in my mind traumatically that money brings problems, which isn't the case. It's just programming and what I've seen and what I'm around. All right. So you really want to change your relationship, not only with money, but the things that you're seeing, how was you brought up, you feel me? Because this plays a factor on our lives. And not only, and this happened in 2020. This happened 2020, March 10th, March 11th, to believe March 10th or 11th. That happened March 10th, March 11th. So this happened some years ago. This happened like 5 years ago, but you feel me? So this is 5 years ago. And the trauma is not going to leave unless I actually deal with the trauma, unless I address the trauma. If you don't address that trauma, if you don't put it out there, then it's never going to leave. It's just going to stay in you, bro. You feel me? You want to know where it come from, because when I first got my check, I wasn't really necessarily thinking about him when I went and bought these guns. I did it out of a trauma response programming, okay? And even then, bro, it's like, y'all see the time difference, right? It's like 5 years later. Now I finally got a bag, but it's still like, it's something you want to know. You want to really know what pulled you back into this state, but just know it's trauma, all right? Something else that a lot of people deal with when they in poverty, since poverty can lead to real trauma, especially if you're in a poverty equals danger and you're in a dangerous area. I'm just not guessing y'all just in a poverty filled area with no type of crime. So it is going to be trauma. You feel me? And you can't get survivor's guilt because you probably got cousins that's still in the hood, or you probably got friends and family who died behind this, died behind whatever hood you from, died behind whatever, bro, died behind whatever, or didn't even have to die. They just still doing the same things they are doing. You going up in life will literally bring you survivor's guilt because it's real trauma. This is not no BS trauma. This is real trauma, all right? So subconsciously, the math that will be in your head, their lack and your gain will be betrayal in your head. That's not true, all right? That's what you're programmed to believe and think, because that's what you see, that's what you think, you feel me? But no. Just because you're doing good and somebody else is doing bad that you used to know, you don't have to come and save them. That's not your job, all right? That's not your job, okay? You can't pull nobody up to the top. You got to be cutthroat and cut them off, okay? Because if you don't be cutthroat and cut them off, they ain't gonna do nothing but bring you down back where you was trying to leave, all right? So if you was trying to leave poverty and you actually did leave poverty and you look back and start getting survivor's guilt, that's one thing that will bring you right back down, bro. So whatever energy that's pulling you back down when you do go up, do not go back to it, because 9 times out of 10, that's not a good energy you want to be interacting with. And next up, we got nervous system trained by survival, not abundance. Your body learned how to survive, not how to receive. When things are finally stable, your brain scans for chaos. That's why peace triggers panic, all right? And now this is something that I can actually vouch for. As soon as I started making a lot of money consistently, months, it just felt like, it didn't feel like something was wrong, but I just wasn't used to it. Like my brain was literally rewiring itself. It's like, dang, like this is how life really is now. And it's like when you first get into this, your mind can literally trick you and go right back to old programming and traumatic programming and think that it's not regular, think that it's not normal. But whole time, you just been in poverty for so long that it's not regular for you, bro. And your brain is literally used to chaos. Your brain is not used to this amount of peace, all right? So don't get taken back to step one, because you finally made it and you want to go back without knowing you going back. And this is something that I did before. And I ain't gonna lie, I keep these videos honest for a reason. But next quote. I got a quote from my book of UNKUT, The Child and the Coin. This is a chapter. When the provision came, they fled. When the overflow knocked, they locked the door. For the child within remembered the nights of hunger and could not trust the bread that now multiplied. All right. So basically, this is just a book I'm working on. Me talking about myself, you feel me, my life. And basically, this is what it means in my life. When the first time I got money, bro, it just felt so weird because I was trained to chaos. I was programmed to chaos. This is not what I was brought up on. So to break these curses, you gotta understand that you're actually breaking generational curses. All right, and this is literally you tapping in to inheritance. All right, because 9 times out of 10, if you keep this going on, your child is not gonna be birthed into what you was birthed into. Your child is not gonna be birthed into the same trauma you was brought into. Now I ain't gonna say you ain't gonna have no trauma. He probably gonna have different traumas, but it won't be these at all. It wouldn't be these. It would be a whole different thing because he wasn't brought up on property. Now another one straight out the book of Uncut, a quote of me: the child saw the coin, not its blessing, but its betrayal. For every dollar brought distance, every check brought chaos, and every rise came with ruin. So the man grew, but the child within still flinched at abundance. All right. So basically what I'm saying is, just because you was brought up on trauma, the inner child was brought up on trauma, just because the inner child was brought up on trauma doesn't mean that you can't reprogram your head. That don't mean you can't reprogram your mind for better things to come within your reality, because it will. Don't believe that don't believe that you have to struggle forever. Don't believe that, because if you believe that will literally be your reality. When money come in your life, basically what I'm saying is don't flinch, because that's what I did. When money finally came in my life, I flinched. It was like I gotta flinch. It's like, what's going on? This don't feel right. And you probably is gonna do it out of traumatic response. But all I'm saying is don't let it get too much in your head. It's okay. It's cool. It's normal. All right. So the next one. Some people are in poverty because they secretly crave to be rescued. All right. So let's get into this one. Now, this is connected to survival mode. A lot of people, now this is what I meant right here. A lot of people, they just getting through life with that job. They're just getting by life with that job. That's why they're in poverty. They don't want anything else. They don't want nothing more. They think somebody is going to come save them, basically. They are not taking full responsibility of their own actions. And yes, I'm talking about the actions, the work that you put in, at that job. You think that somebody is going to come out the sky and give you more. But no, you're literally getting what you're creating your reality with that job, basically, is what I'm saying here. And even with budgeting, you don't budget because you're afraid to see the truth. You don't want to know where your money is going. Not because you're lazy, but because it'll reveal how much you waste staying comfortable. All right. A lot of people waste so much money just staying comfortable. A lot of people waste so much money staying in survival mode. All right. Which literally goes back to right here, the worldly setups. Okay. So next one. You bond with people through lack. Your community is built on we was broke together. All right. So if you got all homies and y'all still cool because y'all was broke together, and I would say nothing wrong with that, but it's only nothing wrong with that if y'all all are trying to overcome that. If your friend and your homie cool with saying, oh yeah, we was broke together, and y'all still broke together, something is wrong with that. That's not okay. That's not good. That's not cool. All right. And take it back to the book of Uncut, the book I'm working on. They did not fear being broke. They feared what wealth will reveal. The friendship built on wound, the love sustained by need, and the self they never met in peace. You feel me? You probably never met yourself at peace. You probably never even know who you was at peace, because you was always, as soon as you even got the chance to remember, you don't remember nothing but chaos, traumatic things. You was programmed. You feel me? So get a chance to meet the real you. Get the chance to really talk to the real you. Sit down, meditate, and talk to yourself without all this trauma, man. It's JJ Uncut. I'm pushing these videos on y'all because I love y'all, and I hope that you learned a thing or two in this video. I'm out.